So regarding the point only.
Like the side pawn can just attack the black side by pushing the pawns and stuff, and the king side pawns and can kind of cover the king while castling.
Yeah, but the question I'm asking is, can we agree on this that the center pawn is more important than the corner one? So out of the A pawn and the B pawn, which is more important?
B.
B pawn, because it can capture two ways. A can only capture one way. Similarly, if you start going towards center, you realize that the center pawns are more important. Now what has happened right now is my C pawn got exchanged with the D pawn. So now do you guys understand what exactly happened?
Yeah. One of our side pawns has been exchanged for a center pawn.
Yes. So now materially,
like a rook has gone for a queen. So we lost our rook.
But not huge difference. It's not a huge difference. So materially, it looks that it's still equal to the naked eye. But once to a chess player, it will look that black is slightly ahead in points. Why? Because black's non-center pawn has been exchanged with a white center pawn. So now the main move here in such a position is knight f. Only decent move. And once my opponent does knight c3, this is the variation I'm trying to teach the class today. This is called as the Sicilian opening pin variation. What is the variation? Sicilian pins. Okay, this is called Sicilian pin and it's not very popular. Trust me, you will not find players playing this. And this is very strong. Still, they don't play this.
So this is actually kind of good. If non-people play this, it means it's very uncommon, rare. So many people don't know how to play this.
Yes, because it was popular. I'm not saying it is not popular. It used to be popular back in 2000, early 2000 and late 1990s. In the 90s, it was common. In the early 2000, it was common, but after 2010 onwards, it's not very common. People started playing Najdorf. What is Najdorf? When we play here, and we play bishop e7. But this is something which we are not learning today. I'm not making you guys play Najdorf because your opponents are getting comfortable in Najdorf and they are knowing how to respond. Okay.
So you want to uncomfort them.
Yes. I don't want your opponents to become very comfortable. I'll ask you guys. You guys are seeing the position for the very first time. Can you recommend me some moves here? I have played bishop b4. Can you recommend me any two moves from white? Let's see if you guys are able to find the best move. Just to show you that why I'm teaching this uncommon variation, because the mistakes from white are huge. It looks decent, but white can go wrong just in a flash. What is your option here? Let's open up some discussion here. Let's try to see. Okay, so I've received a suggestion in the chat. It's bishop d2 suggested by Krishna. So after bishop d2, Krishna, the point is you're losing material on e4. So after bc3, however you take me, you lose material on e4. And I tricked you. Okay. So bishop d2, take, and you lose material. a3 was suggested by Ayan in this position. Now a3 is a decent move, but Ayan, same problem you will face. Take, and you lose material. So see, that's my point. Because you guys have not seen the variation, it is very common for white to go wrong. Stinjoy, can you also suggest me something here?
It's kind of tricky, but I don't know what to play. I'll just play queen d3.
Queen d3. Like this?
Yeah.
Queen d3 is a kind of a position, but if you want to defend a pawn, why not use the bishop? Right? Why are you involving a full piece? Because your idea is to protect this guy, right? I hope. Correct? And now, after this position, I just attack you. You take me, takes, and probably if you try to castle,
just exchange can keep exchanging until his position becomes so weak.
Now this is again a position where black will never find any difficulties to play this, because black has achieved d5. Number 2, black has lesser islands than white. So these 2 pawns are always weak. Okay. Again,
Sir, can you go a little front? I was doubting. Till the d5 moment. Yeah. Is it possible that now he can play like e5? Because queen a5 doesn't work.
pawn e5, no? Pawn e5. Yeah, it is very much possible. Now I just go here to counter attack. Just
Okay,
go
fine.
here. Make sense?
Fine.
Rook e1, and okay, the game can continue probably like I guess queen h4 or something. Maybe queen a5 still to put pressure, or queen c7. Just queen c7 here. But I like more queen a5. The reason is after bishop d2, I have bishop a6. So I'm trying to exchange bishops as well. Understood? c4.
Yeah.
Queen here, or even the queen can go back, probably like this, and still this is again a threat, always. Okay, so you can go here, I can go here, you take, I exchange, exchange, exchange. Now who do you think is having a better position in this case?
It looks even.
It looks even, but now can you realize this? After knight b6, knight c4, no one can remove this knight from this position. Can you realize this? He
Oh,
cannot
yeah.
remove the knight from c4. No one from white can remove the knight from c4. So this is an endgame where black will never. So my point is, in this variation of Sicilian, you will never find difficulties from black. Now, so bishop d3 is decent but not the best. The best move right now is actually okay. So after this position,
Sir,
yeah.
if it's common, what if they don't even know what if it's not really common like rare, what if they don't know how to play, and when we want to play they kind of mess up the.
So that's why you should remember what if they are messing up the position. You should remember how to take advantage. So now the best move is e5, and now knight d5, and now again I'm trying to go knight c3, pawn c3, bishop c3, game over. Again I would ask you guys, can you guys suggest me the move? I'm just trying to prove the point that it's very difficult to find the best moves from white. That's what I'm trying to say. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to think here, all three of you. I want
Now
A
the
reply.
bishop need to work.
you tell me, think and tell me. Does it work? I'll give you guys 2 minutes. 2 minutes, think here and suggest me a move from white. And if you guys have understood how to play this pin variation of Sicilian, you will find it very comfortable to play, because it's slightly higher level than other openings, but it is a very decent play. So Ayan has suggested bishop d2. Bishop d2 is a decent move. I kind of agree it's a decent move, but the problem, there's only one very small problem that I take. And now what's the problem in that? If you take, I take, and now queen c7. And that's the point of weak pawns.
Oh.
Queen c7 is the point of weak pawn, something which is we have to understand. So bishop d2, if suppose after takes, if you take like this, I still go here, and knight b5 will not work because I have intermediate check move. And now this is again, it's no point to, suppose if you go something like f4 here, f4. Now knight c3, and this is again probably gone. Okay, so I hope you guys can agree that bishop d2 won't work. Make sense? Any other suggestions? Because I'm just, so I said one suggestion, Krishna and Srinjoy. I want you guys to again tell me some suggestions here, because I'm just trying to show you it is very difficult for white to find best move.
Queen to d3.
Like this? Yeah, it can be played. Queen d3. I take, check.
Then take.
Queen c7. Same idea. Same idea, nothing changes.
Yep.
So what you can do is you can go here, but the problem what you're doing is you're missing on this. Very important stuff. Anyone else?
1 second, sir, I'm thinking.
White to play. There's only one move, by the way, that keeps the game alive for white. That keeps the game equal actually for white. Only one move.
Knight b5.
With this one, like this.
Yes.
Knight b5 is a move, and you're trying to go knight d6 check, something like that maybe. So I go kick you, and probably you want this. So you cannot go a3 on me, right? Because I take you first, and if you take, I take rook as well, right?
Yes.
If you are coming to b5, you want to go d6. If I'm not wrong, so I take, and you have to take, okay, and take, and now Queen f6.
Bishop b2. Bishop b2.
d2.
Bishop b2.
Sorry, like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can play this position like that. And now the point is, just look at the complete position. You are having less islands. You just want b5. Suppose, just to continue, just to show you guys, but he has queen d4 right now. So first of all, I'll go here, or maybe no, I can go b5 probably, because queen d4, I have e5. Now this is queen d6. Probably I have this, and yeah, I guess now you're going to lose this. No way to protect. The hint is there's only one downfall of pin variation. I'll just tell you that, then you tell me the hint. The downfall of the pin variation is your wall is not so strong. There's no best friend. And now f6 is kind of under control, and the point is the bishop goes out in the open itself in the pin variation. That is the hint I'm giving you guys.
Queen f3.
You were very close. Very close, but not super close. So move is queen g4. And now knight c3, queen g7. But funny story, there is no good disco. Zero. In this position, there is zero good disco. Absolute zero. Like this. Let's just say, okay, let's just say. Alrighty. Now obviously, what should white do? This rook is already hanging. So what is white's best approach here? Anyone? Very simple. Very simple.
It's like pawn c3.
Pawn c3 is the best move. Now after knight here, I don't want to capture here, guys. First of all, this goes. Okay, and after this goes. Okay, and this is how you kind of end up in a decent situation. So here white is slightly better. Okay, obviously I won't be taking it, but okay, I can play something like this, you know. And now knight d5, and if you want, you can take it. If you don't want, just play normal game. But in this position, who is +1 at the end of the game? White. So who is going to be winning here at the end? Obviously, white. Do you understand the counterplay? Queen g4. After queen g4, you should not be super fast. First, defend the threat. So g6. Now I will not defend by castling, which looks a very common option, but you are allowing very strong counter attack. Okay, so g6 takes, and I'm not so sure if you are completely, I mean, what's the situation here, but black never finds clear-cut wins in such positions. So what is the right move here, Sinjoy?
The right move is
Only one right move.
just one.
Yes. From black after queen g4. Krishna, what's the right move? From black. And
One G6.
g6. g6 is the right move. Very important. g6 is the right move. And now the continuation goes like this. All of you, focus.
It's kind of obvious. I just had to check.
Yes. So the continuation goes like bishop d2 now. Bishop d2 now. You are having two good moves. Either you go here or queen a5. You can choose any one of them, because the point is, what happens if I take like this? Even if I have d5, he has opposite. So what do I do, guys? I capture like this, bishop d7, queen c7, castle long, and forget about d5. You have the open d file for your rook. And you will always feel comfortable in such positions. Now they have some counterplay, I know, but you will be having your bishops near him, and it's kind of defendable position. It's not like a huge position, because you also be creating counterplays on him like that. Anyways, so again after this move, bishop here, just to ask the class, suppose if I make a random move like this and we go a6, now he goes here, we take, he take. Now how would you like to continue in this particular position? I'm asking, how should black continue? All of you. Black has 2 islands, white has 5 islands. But the question is, how should black continue the position? Some of the options are castling, some move with the queen, one knight c6, b5. What are your moves? Show me. Because this is a good position for black.
B5.
What?
I think B5.
Then you have to also calculate pawn a4. b5, then a4. Pawn a4.
Okay. So if
How to play active chess?
So after I pawn B5.
b5, pawn a4.
Oh, I have to take it. Oh, you take my pawn and I take the pawn, you take my rook.
Yeah.
So then after B5, then bishop B7.
Then take ab5, rook 8, bishop 8, and queen b4. It's not so clear because you are also having weaknesses. You cannot castle anywhere now. You cannot even castle king side. Dark squares are weak. You don't have a dark square bishop yourself, so you can just forget about castling this way. We don't have dark square bishop. All the dark squares are very weak. And if you go b5, a4, and bishop e7, ab, rook, and in this particular position you lose a pawn as well. And I'm not so sure. Okay, I don't think so. You lose a pawn directly because you have this, but he has this. Yeah, I think so. It won't work. I don't think so. This works because the threat I was trying to create was this. If he saves, we have this. But there are many ways to play this position. You can even go here because you check, he goes back. That's it. No threat in particular. I guess instead of queen here,
Sir, can you
Yes,
go
yes.
back again? Sir,
Yeah.
anyways, there is no Sir, go little more front, little more front.
Now I'm saying after this he has this. Because now check, I go back. And we don't have counterplay. I don't. Queen a4 is slightly inaccurate because after takes take.
It's not really forcing to put the bishop on that square because also queen can just block it.
It's not really what?
Forcing to move the bishop to that square, queen can block it.
Which queen can block it?
If you want to go d3, we can, and if queen in a1 and then queen d1 is also possible.
But how will it be possible now?
No, if we go d3.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he won't go d3, no. So I guess this is not the best approach. b5. There's a better solution than this. How do you develop your pieces? Anyone? A better solution than this. Very interesting one actually. You are knowing you are having less islands. Endgame favors black. You have to just figure out a force. To figure out a forcing way to just go for the endgame. That's it. That's the solution.
Queen b6.
Queen to
b6 maybe.
see your dark squares around here are weak, so queen f6. And now he cannot go here because queen c3. So something to.
How does that force the end game?
So now he goes here, and now again mistake happened. Why?
But how is that forcing for the end game to come?
It's because I'm trying to win a pawn now. Check and win a pawn. Okay, so how will he has to save this guy. So suppose queen g3, right? To save, correct? Knight c6. Bishop e2. And now queen e5. See? You were asking a question how to force endgames. That's how you force endgames. Let's go back. Let's come back to the discussion. We went too far. My point was only to show you that when your dark squares are weak, you can go queen f6. Now let's go back. In this position, after g6, queen g3 is the only move that keeps the position alive for white, which is again a difficult move to find from white. It is a difficult move to. So every time I'm choosing a variation in which the continuous moves from white are very difficult to find, but the ideas from black are very clear. Is it making sense to all of you? The ideas from from black are very clear, but the moves to defend the ideas of black from white are not easy to find. Okay, so let's try to revise till here as of now.